Good morning, you guys. How are we doing? Hello, hello. So for roll call, I'm gonna have you type here. So I have a record of who is here. Thank you. And I'm gonna I just put the link in the Google Classroom. Sorry if I had done that previously. So I'm gonna wait a couple minutes to make sure everybody can hop on. Here, check that and then come in here. So how's everybody been doing with all this? Is everybody staying healthy, hopefully? Are you guys handling classes okay with everybody being online and all the stuff that's happening? Are y'all okay? All right, to thank you for everybody who put here. If you're in here and you haven't put here in the chat, go ahead and do that so that I have it's basically like easy to record then if I have record of who's here. Okay, well, I guess we will get started. I'm not sure how long people would take to get in here, but I don't want to waste your guys' time either, so they can always just watch it on the replay. So first, a couple announcements. We will be going to what's called Ingenuity. I don't know if your other classes have already gotten on there. This week is kind of time for the teachers to get the classes loaded and get the whole course set up and stuff like that. So that will be happening. So I don't know if by Friday I will be sending you login information or early next week. So make sure that you are checking your email that you have linked to Aries, because that's what I have contact with. But I will also put a note in the Google Classroom to say like, hey, check your email. I sent you information on logging in on that stuff. So that will be coming. We will probably do our, I'm going to have you guys do a couple assignments in there on chapter 9 just to get the layout of it, where everything is, how it works, and apparently you can do quizzes and tests in there. So I'm going to have you guys do like an assignment or review assignment or something for chapter 9, and then I'll notify you to take some sort of assessment for chapter 9. So that will be coming sometime probably near the end of next week, maybe. Sorry. So just I'll notify you guys when all that stuff comes out. I saw that some people had posted the picture of their assignment in Google Classroom. So well done. Over half the class had done that. So if you have not done that, go into the Google Classroom and you can upload a picture of your worksheet. Just take a picture of it, upload it so that you can get credit for that there. So don't forget to go back and do the one that was due last time. So the quadratic formula, there's a link for that. And then the one we're going to talk about today, the quadratic formula and discriminant, that is also in there. So that was a lot for you guys to handle, especially freshman year, trying to get all this taken care of and being off site and all sorts of stuff. So feel free to reach out if you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed or need some assistance. I would be happy to help you. So. Okay, So let's start with the quadratic formula and discriminant worksheet. Are there any questions on that? This one, I did post the answers on my website, but actually let me just flip to that real quick. Let's see. I can share my page with you. So let's share that. Hold on. Okay, so you should hopefully be able to see them. These are the solutions. So in case you didn't see them on my website, here they are. I'll just scroll through those real quick. Okay, are there any specific questions on this worksheet? You can put in the chat like which question you had problems with, want some help with. There were a couple of tricky ones, especially those multiple choice at the end. So let me know if you had a question. I can talk about one of those problems. And if it's a solving problem, I can solve it on my other page. So go ahead and type in the chat if you had a question on this. Number 6. Okay. Any other questions? I can go ahead and do number 6 on the other side, but are there any other ones that we want to talk about on the worksheet? You guys can go ahead and keep posting in there. Switch pages. Number 4. Okay. All right, well, let's start with number 4 just because it's first. Okay, so first, with number 4, it's not in standard form. So you have to move the 10 to the other side first. If you didn't do that, then you're going to add 10. So this will be a +1. And that will mess you up right from the start. You'll never get the right answer if you don't have this equal to 0. Okay, so now I can do A is 1, B is -2, C is 1, and then we're just finding the discriminant for B squared minus 4AC. 4 minus 4 times 1 times 1. So that is 4 minus 4, which is 0. So if I get 0, that doesn't mean I have 0 solutions. That means that in that square root, it turns out to be 0. So I end up having 1 real solution. So just be careful with that. Remember, this 0 would be, so this would actually be 2 plus or minus. That 0 is what goes in the square root. Okay, so that doesn't mean I have 0 solutions. And then this one, cursor disappeared. Oh, hold on, my computer's thinking. Oh. Let me see if I can get rid of this. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, divide by 2. Sorry, got me all off. All right, so there'd be 1 real solution there. So now we can look at number 6. Hopefully that helps, Alex, the number 4. So here for number 6, 2x squared plus 7x plus 50 equals 0. So A is going to be 2. Uh-oh, sorry if the internet goes out. I don't know, I just got a notice for that. Lovely. Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. So for this, the discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. It'll be 49 minus 4 times 2 times 50. So you should notice that this is going to be a big number. We're subtracting the big number, so it's going to end up being negative. Okay, so this would be 8 times 50, and then 49 minus that. This is negative 351. So a very large negative number. So how many solutions are you going to get here? 0 real solutions. Oh my gosh, sorry, my computer's like going crazy. Is that the part we had a question on for Keegan who asked this, or you want me to keep going? So the quadratic formula, I'm going to go ahead and write it all out. Plus or minus, it would be that whole thing, 49 minus 4 times 2 times 50, all over 2a, so 4. We just did the math for the square root part, so that becomes negative 351. Okay, for the last part. Over 4. This, though, taking the square root of a negative number is not going to happen. So here you're just going to get no real solution, which is the same thing you got from looking at the discriminant, knowing that it's negative, there's going to be no real solutions. So that just kind of stops it right there. And you just have to recognize that you can't take the square root of a negative number. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. On the back side, on number 11, where I gave you the graph, let's talk about number 11, because number 11 is that awesome problem. And so I'll just graph it right here real quick. It goes through one, ooh, that's terrible, but anyways, it goes through 1 and negative 1. And then based on the graph, the discriminant of the quadratic equation would have to be positive, negative, or 0. I'm sorry, my computer is like updating or doing weird things right now. So for this one, it has 2 solutions, so that means the discriminant would have to be positive. Okay, so that's where that comes from, because it has 2 solutions. That's why I want you to work from 2 real solutions. So it's kind of going backwards. So the discriminant would have to be positive. Okay. And then for number 12, which graph represents y equals x squared plus 2x minus 3? So there's a couple of things when I look at the multiple choice that I would notice. Some of them are opening up and some of them are opening down. And so for this, that's the first thing I want to figure out. Does this open up or down? Okay, so this is positive, so it's going to open up. So that automatically eliminates B. And then the other thing that I think I could easily figure out is where it crosses the x-axis. So if I have 0 equals x squared plus 2x minus 3, can I factor and solve that to find those zeros? Yes, I can. So it multiplies to negative 3, but adds to 2, so that'll be a plus 3 and a minus 1. So when I solve this, it should be at negative 3 and positive 1. So that also eliminates C. And then I think, yeah, because D is also the same. The other thing you could do is figure out the vertex, okay, to get it all the way down between A and D, or you can just plug in a value from that plot. So it looks like the vertex is happening at x equals negative 1. On the graph, you can see that for part A, or for answer A. So if I plug in negative 1, I just want to see if that's right or if D is right. So that would be my last thing I'm trying to check. So negative 1, I'd have negative 1 squared plus 2 times negative 1 minus 3 if I plug it in. So this would be 1 plus 2 minus 3. That's not right. What happened here? 3 minus 2 would be 0. The vertex is at negative 1. What did I do? What the heck? Oh, this is a plus 2 right here. Okay, there we go. Sorry. So that would be minus. There we go. So this should turn out to be negative 4. Like something went really wrong. So that makes it A. So the vertex here is happening at -1, -4. So that becomes number A, whereas B is like -1, like 7, -7. So that is not the correct answer. So if you were just hopping on and a couple people just entered, go ahead and type here in the chat so I get you as credit for watching this video live. And then for number 13, it says, what are the roots for the quadratic function in the table? Can we tell for number 13 just by looking at it? Can you guys tell that one? So I'm just gonna write this over here. What are the roots in the table? Well, the roots are also when it crosses the x-axis, which means y equals 0. So you can look in the chart and see which values have 0, and so that would, your solutions would be -3 and 3. That's how you get that one. So those are some good multiple choice questions. Are there any other questions on that worksheet that I did not cover? How are you guys feeling about quadratic formula and the discriminant? Are you feeling okay about that? Okay. No problem. So your homework for today is going to be graphing and roots. So I don't think I had that one pulled up. Let me pull that in here so you can see it. Hi, Dakota. Glad you joined us. Just give it a second to load. There we go. So this again should be a worksheet that I gave you on the last Friday of school. So if you were there, you should have this. If not, you can print it out or do it on a piece of paper. I know if your printer doesn't work, it's fine. Just do it on a piece of paper. It doesn't really matter what you do. So this will be more like the graphing, what I had talked about in the notes last time. So if you haven't finished watching that video, it would be helpful to do that. So you'll sketch the graph by using the vertex and the roots. So the roots you're going to find by factoring it. Oh, this is the same one that I just did. So set it equal to 0, factor and solve. Those are going to be your roots. We talked about the vertex happens at -b over 2a. So you'll find that, graph that, do the domain and range. So this is a little bit more similar to the second part of the notes that I did last time. So you'll do that. Find the 0, state the vertex. So these ones you don't have to graph. And then these are multiple choices. So here you're going to figure out, again, you're going to look if it opens up or down and just match A, B, C, or D with these graphs over here. So remembering what the 1/2 does versus what the 2 does, which one makes it narrow and which one makes it wide. So you can always plug in a point and check those. And then find the vertex based on the graph and the 0. So these are looking at the graph to see those. So this homework is going to be due on Friday. There you go. So due Friday 3/27. And then again, I am going to post this in the Google Classroom. And you will upload a picture of your completed, worksheets. Okay, and then that's how I'm going to be giving you credits. I think somebody else just jumped on. If you are here, go ahead and type here in the chat box so I can give you credit for watching this live. even though you kind of missed most of it, but that's okay. So this one will be due Friday. And then after that, you guys should have some of those review assignments that I passed out before we left for school. So we'll start doing some of those to just kind of review, even though this graphing with the vertex and also the roots pretty much reviews almost like the first half of the chapter. So once we start reviewing a little bit, I think you guys are going to be able to remember all of this fairly easily. Yes, so are there any questions for me about either what you're expected to do, how do you get credit for things? Are there any questions that are outstanding? I was trying to give people a little bit more time to figure this out and get their pictures uploaded, but I'm going to be able to just copy the grade I give to you in that and put it in the grade book. So those things you will be getting scores on for watching the videos. So if you watch this live, you don't have to go and rewatch the one that I post in the classroom. It's just a replay of this. So you'll get credit for this if you put here. And so you guys will get credit for that. You'll get credit for doing the worksheets and posting those in the Google Classroom. So are there any questions that you have for me? You want either something explained or you're not quite sure how to upload stuff or get credit for anything that you guys have for me? Questions? Okay, keep it short and sweet today. Then on Friday again at 8:30, I will jump on to answer questions about the graphing and roots, the one that you have for homework tonight. And then we'll kind of talk about what assignment is next. And hopefully by then I'll have more information. We're doing a training today in the math department on the ingenuity stuff. So hopefully by then I'll have more information for you guys about what to expect and what to do for that. Oh, somebody can draw in here. That was not me. I don't know who did that. Okay. Oh, this thing didn't pop up into the classroom until now. Yeah, I did it this morning. I'm sorry, I didn't have it. The link, I thought I had already uploaded the link, but I didn't. So Andrew, that's my fault. Sorry. But on Friday, I'll make the link right now, so you guys will have that ahead of time for the Friday one. Okay. Anything else that's coming up? Questions? All right, you guys, stay home, stay healthy, and I will talk with you guys on Friday. Have a great day, you guys.